Hi everyone, my name's Fernando and I will be introducing my group Ignitech, the project that we're working with on the senior project class and the community partner that we are working with as well. So first, let's start with meeting our team. Right now we have David Rojas Gonzalez as our team leader and project manager. Next, we have Jonathan Depaul as our software quality analyst. As a software quality analyst, Jonathan keeps a product running smoothly and efficiently to ensure that the team meets the client's requirements. As a full stack developer, Lucas works with us on larger scopes of the project, meaning that he focuses on many different parts of the product. And now let's talk about myself and the duties that I have within this group. As the technical writer, I assist the team with project documentation, employer communications, meeting notes, and record delivery. The K-9 Obedience Club manages to teach many classes to a wide variety of club members as stated earlier, and as such they struggle with recording and managing all of this information. So in order to make this process a lot more simpler and efficient, Ignitech has agreed to create a class registration system for the K-9 Obedience Club. This project will consist of a web application that will assist our community partner in registering members and dogs, maintain a structured data management system, and more.
These are the main requirements we've gathered from the K-9 Obedience Club to help meet their necessities. Students can create accounts to sign up for K-9 classes, admins will be able to create and manage those classes, and instructors can produce a roster of the students coming to their classes. The club needs to store and verify dog records to make sure dogs have the proper vaccinations and the prerequisites for taking a class. They also need to keep track of their income to properly manage the club and pay their instructors. Having the class registration online will make it so they can easily set age and breed restrictions for certain classes.
To keep us organized and help keep track of our tasks and milestones, we used Atlassian's Jira software project management platform. We made sure to keep our backlog organized by separating tasks into multiple epics, which can be thought of as groups of related tasks, and applying the agile methodology by planning our tasks into several sprints or work cycles. One of the first things we had to do was coming up with a conceptual design of our solution to our client's requirements, and for this we created multiple kinds of diagrams such as use case diagrams, data flow diagrams, and more. The figure to the left is an example of the multiple diagrams we created. Here's the current version of our entity relationship diagram. Figuring out how to organize our data has been an ongoing process throughout the project. After we had a good idea of what our requirements were, how our data would be structured, and how that would help us fulfill our clients' needs, we had to design an interface that they could use to interact with our software. For this, we used Figma, which allowed us to quickly iterate on design decisions across the site, so that by the time we start coding, we already have the UI design concerns out of the way. In order to produce the best possible result for our clients, we decided to use a technology stack that is commonly used by enterprise-level applications along with a continuous integration and delivery workflow to automate deployments and make our development and review process much smoother. To build the front end of our application, we've decided to use React to build our UI, the React Router package to handle all our routing concerns, Redux for state management, and Axios to make HTTP calls to our REST API. On the backend, we use .NET and Dapper to create said REST API. Dapper helps us map data from our database into .NET classes. Talking about the database, we chose to use Microsoft SQL Server to store the application's data, but have two more data stores. Azure's Container Registry holds the Docker image for our application, and their blob storage is where a variety of files will be stored, such as profile pictures, PDF documents, etc. To actually run our Docker image and expose our application to the world, we use Azure's App Service. And to make our lives easier while contributing to the application's code, we use GitHub Actions to automatically build a new Docker image and push it to the container registry whenever we merge changes into the master branch of our repository.
From the login page, you can log in, reset your password, or go to create an account. We'll make an account right now. Once we make our account, we'll automatically be logged in. I'll log out to show off the login feature. Now that we're logged in, we can go to My Account, where we can view all our information and update it if necessary. We can do things such as changing our profile picture, our name, or view if we're a member or qualify for a discount, and then we can save those changes. If we forgot our password, we can click on the Forget Password link, and it'll bring us to the password reset page where we can fill in our email, and then it'll send us an email with instructions on how to reset our password. Here's the email we received to reset our password. And if we click here, we'll be directed to this page to be able to change our password. If you're logged in as an admin, you can go to the Management section on the nav bar, then go to Users Management, and it'll return a table of all the users on the website. From here, you can filter by user roles, view all the students, instructors, or administrators. You can then select a user to go to their account page, where you'll have all the same options they do, as well as being able to change their user role, and if they're a member or qualify for a discount. Additionally, from the Manage Users page, you can create a new user.
Assuming that you are logged in our system, you can manage your docs by clicking the link in the navbar called My Docs. You can also access this page by going in your account and clicking My Docs on the left-hand side on the navbar. Here we have a list of docs. Let's try editing Maxi. So let's say that for some reason we want to change the profile of this dog because we got the name wrong. And we also want to upload another picture. And let's change this breed to Golden Retriever. We can also pick another date. On top of that, we can upload a PDF for the vaccination record. Once we do so, we can go ahead and save our changes. And as you can see, our changes have been saved. Currently, we are working on the functionality of adding a dog to the system. And although we can add a dog to the system, that dog will not be assigned under the user that just created that dog. So we're still working on that functionality. We are also working on the docs management page.
When interested in taking a class, a dog owner can enter the K-9 Obedience Club's class registration portal. Once their account is created, they can sign in and browse classes or use the search bar if they know the name of the class. Once they choose a class, the student will click on the class to see more details. They can then choose a class section that best fits their schedule. On the application page, they can view more details pertaining specifically to that class section. If still interested, the student will select which dog they would like to train and enter who will be working with the dog. The system defaults to the signed-in applicant if no name is filled in. Next, they select their preferred payment option. The Submit button will only be available after the required fields are selected. The next step is for the administrator. Go to the Management section and navigate to the Application Management page. From there, an administrator can filter applications under class type, payment method, and any status. The system defaults to only showing pending applications for the administrator's convenience. The administrator next selects a pending applicant who has paid. On the Detail page, they can view additional data about the applicant before making a decision. If the application is ready, the administrator can update the status and save their changes. On the Management page, we can see that the application status has changed.
To showcase the class management system, let's start from the class catalog. First, select a class, and now if you're an administrator, you will see this Edit Class Type button. Let's follow it, and then that takes us to the class setup. From here, we can do things such as change the image of the class. We can add more photos. We can delete an old photo and even change the name. Then once you click Save Changes, it will upload the photos and it will save all the changes to the database. And now if you go back and reload, you'll be able to see all the changes that you made. There's also the archiving. So here it tells you this class will be hidden from the catalog and new sections won't be allowed to use this class type. Press OK to archive it. And now if we go to the class catalog, Star Puppy is no longer there. Alright, so let's unarchive it and you'll see that it will be back. There's Star Puppy. Now we can go to the class list and let's create a new class. And save. Okay, there's your new class type. And now if we see it over here, we can go to the end of the list and there it is, test class type. That's the new one that we just created. Now let's assign a section to it. So let's create a section. Now we can go choose our new class type. We can choose an instructor for it and modify the roster capacity. Now we'll need to add some meetings or meeting dates and times for this. Then let's say here from 5 to 7 at meeting and on the 12th. Okay, from 4 to 6 at meeting. Okay, now we save that. And when we go back to the list, we'll see here test class type, and we have that new section underneath. Now let's say we wanted to delete this class type. If we go ahead and try to delete it, it will tell us that this action can't be reverted, and it will also tell us that this class type already has one section and it must be reassigned before it can be deleted. So you can pick a new class type, reassign and delete. Now if you look at it, it doesn't exist anymore, and the section 7, which we just created, got added to a different class type.
Once live, the registration system will replace the time-consuming manual processes the administrative volunteers currently use. The value of the project will be in vastly reducing the amount of work the volunteers have to perform. The members of Ignitech would like to thank Debbie, Diane, and Christine from the K-9 Club of Jacksonville for partnering with us. We would also like to thank Ernest Mombay for his time and advice through the semester.